What's up, guys? Matthew here, getting ready to watch the second episode of the third season of The Sopranos. Last we saw a very interesting episode. Um, Honestly, I can safely say probably my favorite. Oh, I don't know, man. Probably my second favorite format of an episode of The Sopranos so far. I was gonna say it first, but then I just remembered the fact that I watched season 2, episode 13, which is one of the best, most well-paced, well-formatted. Oh my, what a fucking episode. The more that I think about the season 2 finale, the more that I do like it even more and more and more. Again, not that I disliked it, but more of after I was done with it for the first time, I said it was a top 5 episode. It might be like a top 3, top 2. Now that I think about it, the last 2 episodes of the season were fucking phenomenal. So goddamn good. It's so it's not a necessity. Um and it's not even common. But I do love it when the best episodes of a season are right at the end, where it almost feels like it's been built up. You know, you've watched it and it almost rewards you with the best quality right at the end. Again, not that it's a necessity or it's common or I mean, like gives it bonus points or anything like that. But I did really enjoy that because I felt like season 2 started off fantastically, like the first couple episodes, and then it was sort of like a dip, a slight dip. Again, not that it was bad, just that it was uh, good, really good. But the last half of season 2 was so goddamn good, and it through the first episode of the third season, it sort of kept up that pace, kept up that quality, in my opinion, especially again on the cinematography side and the editing, the montages, all that, the music. So I'm excited to see how they continue that. That that's another thing that I didn't discuss about last episode, that I was just trying to formulate and why it felt so different to me. Out of all of the episodes of The Sopranos, I think I can safely say that that was the episode with the least character development or character focus. And again, obviously, I talked about my discussion at the end of the last episode and in many discussions, the most important part of The Sopranos is the character focus, the character studies, the character arcs. So not that I'm saying that's a negative that the show didn't focus on that, but I feel like it was a change of pace that it was much different than any other episode of the show that I had watched or have watched up to this point. So I think that's why the other time I was having trouble sort of formulating words trying to describe it. But that's the number one thing now that I think about it. There was considerably less character focus and more just again because 50% of the episode felt like a giant focus on just a singular plot point of the wire being put in the house. So I like that change of pace. But anyway, I don't want to yap for too long. I want to hop straight into this episode. I am very excited. I discussed it last episode. I'm so excited for this season in particular. So let's get into it. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I've got the full length reaction up on Patreon. I'd appreciate it if you checked it out. And if you guys like the content on the channel, please subscribe. Let's get right into it.
Oh my God. Tony. Tony. Oh my God, Tony. Are you all right?
Uncle Ben.
What happened?
Oh, they are. I can already tell that I'm gonna absolutely love the season. Already I don't know the words to describe it. The because I don't know if I don't want to keep saying the word cinematography. But the like experimental nature of this. These last couple episodes have felt like an experimental indie film, but done at the highest level, at the highest quality from HBO. You know what I mean?
What are you doing here?
We have to drive back here because some schmuck stole the VCR.
Are we going through like the? Oh, dude.
Public Enemy. It's a great movie.
For a class, just finished. We're out of here.
40 grand a year to watch old movies? Who's we?
Just a friend from class, okay?
Give him the spiel, Tony.
Likes lavender.
I'll be ready to bolt in a sec.
Mr. Soprano?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Noah Tannenbaum.
How you doing?
Go to
Appreciate you letting us screen here. Those Bose direct reflectors make all the difference. You a film buff? People say Hawks invented the genre with Scarface, but Cagney was modernity. Muni was not, so I give the
I feel like
nod
I'm
to
out of
look-
my element here. I have a film degree, but I don't know movies. January, February at the latest, but I'm hoping for January. Gonna be weekly movies on the channel. Goodfellas will be a part of it. I promise you.
So you guys, you and Meadow, are you,
A little early to say.
what's your background, Noel?
No, I'm from Los Angeles, West LA.
Oh, no, what I mean is,
My family's in the business. I mean, show business. I don't know why they call it the business.
those old Tarzan movies.
Dad's an entertainment lawyer.
No, what I mean is, like, we're Italian.
Oh, my dad is Jewish and my mother's family is African American.
Tannenbaum, right. But on your application to Columbia, you didn't check Jewish, did you?
No, they can't ask about religious affiliation.
Of course. What'd you check?
African American.
So we do understand each other here. You're, Ditsum.
Excuse me?
Charcoal briquette.
What's your problem?
I think you know what my problem is. You see, your little friend up there, she didn't do you any favors bringing you into this house. Now, I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. We'll get to that later. See, I got business associates who are black. And they don't want my son with their daughters, and I don't want their sons with mine.
Fuck you.
See, that's the kind of thing I'm hoping to avoid. When my little girl comes down the stairs, you're gonna say how nice it was to meet me. Then you're gonna go drop her off at school, and you're gonna say goodbye.
Come on, if you want to see the Garden State. We're gonna drop by Hunter's. I want to meet Nella. Then we'll be back to pick up my laundry.
I mean, I should expect this shit. And obviously, like, I don't know. Maybe it's not, that wasn't something I ever, like, went out of my way to think about. But it does make sense.
I've got time for these fucking attacks.
I mean, he is fucking a vile human. You know what I mean? And I'm speechless. Not that I don't believe that Tony would ever do that, because obviously I do. But, oh my god.
Right into his arms.
Not if I cut off those fucking arms.
Stop it. Let me deal with it, if anybody's gonna deal with it. Make things worse with your bullshit, I'm gonna be really pissed. I should call Cusimano. You might need stitches.
That's why I love Tony as a character so much. Because I can enjoy him so much, and then on the fucking flip of a switch, I'm just reminded how much he's disgusting.
Look who calls.
Well, actually, I'm standing here in front of you. Hey. So, how's it going?
What do you care? Out of sight, out of mind.
Brought you some books on tape, since you say you can't.
We better get more Livia this season. I need it. My body needs it. My mind needs it.
Oh, yeah, I remember these. Carmela gave you one of these for each of the kids when they were born. What the fuck? Look at this. Supposed to fill these out. 20 years. Fat fucking nothing.
Now look here. I don't like that kind of talk.
Why does she look CGI?
You can't write stuff down from your life for your grandkids?
It's none of anybody's business.
Hey, you're too busy feeling sorry for yourself.
She will do it.
Maybe they couldn't get the... I know the health issues. Maybe they couldn't get the actress in the building.
There's not something in it for her.
But that's definitely CGI, and they're showing... They're having her speak off screen.
Remember the airline tickets?
The tickets were stolen.
Did you say that? Or did the feds say that? What did you tell them when you were in the lockup?
Whoa, what did I do?
This is important. They're trying to build...
That's really bad.
They put you on a witness stand. Because the only reason...
Maybe I'm losing it, but oh my god.
Don't wave your hanky at me. What are you going to say from now on? I never stated those tickets were stolen, capiche? Now, Barb will testify I didn't say it, but you got to back her up.
I suppose I should have just kept my mouth shut, like a mute.
In the future, any kind of deal they try to make, you keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. I just had a thought. I might do it. If I do it, it'll be really funny. I kind of want to make that the thumbnail of the video.
Did you say something to Noah?
You're smart. You'll keep walking down those stairs.
You did. What did you say? He was all quiet at Hunter. She thinks he's a snob, and now he's just sitting out in the car.
Oh, you didn't hear me? Maybe if I say it in Swahili.
Meadow, can you come up here, please?
What?
I need your help with this class.
Okay. Fuck you, Tony. God damn it. Now I'm gonna feel even more guilty when I like you in the next episode.
What?
Your mother died.
No.
Kid.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Svetlana just called.
No, did the actress die in between?
To dinner, your mother went upstairs to get ready for bed.
Did the actress die in between the seasons?
Was under the covers in her nightgown. Svetlana thought she was asleep.
That's fucking heartbreaking. That's fucking heartbreaking.
Waiting for us over there.
She's dead.
I'm sorry, Dad. That your mom died.
Me too. Hey, your grandmother loved you.
That's... Oh my god!
Very much.
A huge surprise death like that. Because I feel like I can 100%... the actress probably did die. And that's why they had to use that CGI. I should have fucking expected it because of that. I can't put that death in the same light as some other shows where they had that real shock death that's due to writing. This is out of necessity and a pivot. But that's so fucking heartbreaking for me. Cause she's my favorite character in the show, you know what I mean?
They just removed.
We saw.
She was in no pain, Tony.
But the great thing about this show and the storyline, the main storyline, is that Tony's character is so heavily connected to his mother that you can continue that storyline with her gone through the therapy.
Those Granny Remembers books you bought her when the kids were born. She never touched them.
Stopping by Woods on a snowy evening. Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not in high school anymore.
You read this?
I want more scenes like, man, I'm so fucking heartbroken right now.
Before he sleeps.
So he must be far away from his house.
The sleep of death. The big sleep. He's talking about his own death, which is yet to come but will come.
Oh damn, I have read this.
Gotta go.
Damn, man. I'm just fucking thinking. I'm gonna be thinking about Livia for the next fucking 23 years of my life. Obviously, when I heard that the actress had health problems, there was a part of me that was like, oh, that probably means that she's not in the show for long, but still. Oh my god, what are we gonna get? Fucking ghostly Livia scenes?
I'll call Janice.
Meet your Cosarellis. Oh, no. I already called.
I didn't want any kind of service, Tony. No remembrance.
I'm being genuinely serious, and people are gonna like fucking laugh at me or some shit. A part of me is getting kind of teary-eyed because she was such a fucking good character, and obviously not due to anyone's fault, just due to how fucked up life is. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. But I'm sure that this show will be able to, due to the writing, the acting, will be able to pivot and make this show so fucking good that obviously, and talk about it. Obviously that's the title of the episode. Talk about it last season. How there was such little Livia that I was so disappointed in that, but also the writing sort of stepped up, and it wasn't that big of a hit because the quality fucking rose. Same exact thing I feel like is gonna happen with the whole show.
Tom,
Anthony, turn that off.
I'm sorry. You all know how much you loved her. Thanks.
Dude, the therapy scenes with Melfi are going to hit so goddamn hard this season.
Well, what are you gonna do? I'm sorry, T.
What do I tell my kids when their own aunt won't even come to a funeral?
Take it easy. I'll handle it.
Oh my god, I was expecting not to see her for a while, but
Thursday weekend.
Hey, Jakes, baby. Ace Garage.
You're not coming to your own mother's fucking funeral?
May I speak?
You got your sister sobbing.
May I speak?
Go the fuck ahead.
You may recall, Tony, that I have very good and valid reasons why I should not present myself in the state of New Jersey.
Oh, Jesus, that case is colder than your tit. It'd do you good to show up here at this point. Nothing to hide.
I don't do well at funerals, Tony.
Who does?
man, I'm so fucking shocked.
She didn't even want a funeral, Janice, but can't you come sit with your family during this stressful time? She was your mother.
Well, you can just get on a plane, but for us working folk...
I'm in such a bad mood. I'm in such a bad mood now.
Family dead.
Yeah, half of...
And again, not mad at the show or the writing, obviously. I'm so mad at the fucking situation. Because it's fucking heartbreaking, man.
I'll pay it.
Can I bring my fiance?
Fuck that. One seat. Coach. And if you don't show up, let me tell you right now, don't come breathing.
She's
in
able to
here
move
and
on
come
really
trying to
fucking
come up to
fast.
your state. I know you think
Not like emotionally, but like genuinely like like boots on the ground, actually moving on and finding shit.
About that other thing.
Richie, he vanished into the witness protection program. It's the truth. Right, Janice?
Hmm.
Cosarelli's funeral home. Noon tomorrow. Does Harper know his grandmother died? Him I'll pay for. Bring him down from Montreal. He is your son.
Hal is on the papers, Tony. He's, a street person.
Sorry. I didn't know.
You see, you're not the only one with problems.
Be there tomorrow.
I might have to have like a fucking 40-minute discussion at the end of that episode. Cause that's the thing. I'm trying to find words for it, and I'm having such a hard time with it. But you know, there's many shows I've watched where they've hit you with that surprise death, that very like anticlimactic, which is one of my favorite feelings, or like ways to present death is anticlimax. And obviously they had to do it in this situation, because you can't have like a fucking emotional climactic death with the actor who is not there. I mean, even that CGI scene was pushing it. But I don't know. It's such a different scenario, because with other shows, like the writing like boomed me, you know what I mean? Like it got me where it should have. But with this show, I don't know. I can't even formulate fucking full sentences, because it's not like an acting thing or a writing thing. It's a fucking actual human death. And it's such a hard pivot. At least we are keeping up with these
His mother died last night.
scenes.
Oh, shit.
I'm just so fucking...
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear.
What are you gonna do?
He's gonna keep saying, what are you gonna do for the rest of the fucking goddamn episode, man?
Feel?
We lost Mom last year. You remember?
No.
She didn't suffer.
Ralphie, I need to talk to you, and, Albert, you...
When it comes to these fucking goobers that just appear like once every 82 episodes.
She's gone.
I don't know. I don't remember half of them. I don't know if I've ever met them sometimes.
All right, who gave the order to torch one of Albert's trucks?
One of the trucks.
Be quiet, Albert.
Talk to him. He lit up 2 of my dumpsters.
What's the matter with you? Both of you. We're in the newspapers every fucking week with this shit.
My crew is in line for the Raritan Township contract, okay? This guy over there keeps whispering to Albert.
Your what? Whose crew?
You're the boss. You get to put in anybody you want over the crew.
You're a captain, Ralphie, when I say you're a captain.
And I'm gonna turn up my hearing aid so I don't miss it.
Are you gonna get cute with me? With my mother lying dead?
Raritan Township, the recycling manager over there, Joe Zachary. He knows who's in line for that contract. But he keeps playing footsie with Albert. The next minute, he's threatening to go to the EPA, bust us all.
He said that?
I feel like every fucking season that we have these scenes in the first couple episodes where we're just introducing like 23 more new characters, main characters, that are going to be integral for the season's storyline. Obviously, it's a necessity pivot, as we were going to discuss for the next fucking couple episodes ago, or next couple episodes, because of Livia missing from the storylines.
I'll meet you by the trophy case. How could we possibly get busted? Don't worry about it. The boys' room behind the stage, they never check in there.
What a shot.
When would that be?
You're not having a funeral mass? And I'm not trying to sell here.
Well, she was Catholic, but not religious.
I love these fucking close-up shots, man.
After. So the grandkids could, you know. I don't know.
I mean, I do know what Mom's wishes were, but not to have a wake or a funeral. I mean, makes us look like we're unloving children.
I'm getting fucking teary-eyed again, not for the character of Olivia, but for the fucking actress, man. She was so goddamn talented. I gotta look up other shit that she was in. Especially, like, I don't know how long she was an actress. She was an actress for like 40, 50 fucking years.
When she was young, she used to picture her funeral.
All right, fine. You want to do something? Let's just do it. Let's just stop talking about it. Cosarelli, you arrange everything. The wake, the funeral, you send me the bill.
I want you to know, Tony, that this all won't fall on you. I'll do a painting for the overleaf for the program at the service. Motifs from the Mexican Day of the Dead. Oh, one thing that I'd like to suggest very strongly is at the house, each one can voice a remembrance or
okay,
a feeling
buddy.
about Mom.
No. I don't want any of that California bullshit. People can drink, they can eat some gorgonzola, they want to yak about Mom, that's their business.
Yeah! Yeah! Come on, Malfi, you're the only hole, or wait, what? You're the only one that can fill the hole of Livia in my heart.
My condolences, nothing. Actually, that's good. It's a relief. You're not saying nothing. You want to know the truth. You know, everybody else all bullshit.
You know, honestly, well, I was gonna say I agree with Tony, but here's the thing: there's always a. I said that the same exact time. He's not glad that she's dead. There's always like a second layer or a third layer, fourth layer underneath Tony's words. So when he gets really annoyed that people keep talking about it or giving their fake condolences, I would say that I agree with him because I hate when people do that shit too. But obviously, this is hitting him very, very hard.
Testified against you.
But he's putting up those walls.
Will you listen to yourself? I mean, is that right? Wishing her dead? Is that being a good son?
A good son?
Yeah, a good son. I mean, bad sons...
Bad sons what?
They should fucking die. That's a fucking miserable, disgusting thing to be, a bad son. I mean, your kid up at Bard. He better be a good son, right? You know what, you're right. Why the fuck should I be a good son to that fucking demented old bat, that fucking selfish, miserable cunt? She ruined my father's life. Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't her son. What did she do to you?
Come on, that's a matter of public record in here. We both know.
You don't like to say it, do you?
Who knows if she even knew what she was doing?
You're letting her off.
Uncle denies it, you know. That she took part.
Your uncle loves
Obviously.
I never said he didn't.
Grown children.
Everyone's fucking dying now. I can safely say now, I feel like Junior is safe because they're not gonna fucking pop everyone else and then
The witness for the prosecution.
have Livia be popped. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. They're not gonna take another main off.
Has lost all capacity for joy at being alive.
Guys, this episode is the worst moment of my life.
So we're probably done here, right? She's dead.
No. We're just getting started now, man. That's what I said. That's the great thing that they can pivot very well. A huge part of his story is his relationship with his mother. It can easily be focused on and explored through the what's it called? Absence of his mother.
I'm downstairs.
She got money hidden somewhere?
Usually put a picture on the casket. What do you think?
Wow, look at that.
She's smiling.
She looks normal.
Maybe it was us kids who were turned into a friggin' sourpuss.
Maybe it was one of us.
Oh, get the fuck, get up!
All right.
Guys, this is the worst moment of my life.
My shrink says that all women are not cut out to be martyrs.
Is that a slam at me?
No. Look, if my father was in the friggin' Cirque du Soleil, maybe I would have turned out like Hal. How?
You know, this is fucking weird.
What?
None of my childhood schoolwork or artwork.
She don't care.
Or Barb's.
But Tony's.
Anthony Soprano. 7th grade, Mr. Martino. I had him. Why Fear Strikes Out by Jim Purcell is a good book. Well, take a look. She only saved yours.
What are you talking about? Here's Barbara's communion certificate. Here's her baby shoe.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing of mine.
Guys, I'm so sorry if I'm not speaking this episode. I just think you can tell that this has affected me so much. This has affected my core. I'm never gonna get over this.
Fucking motherfucking pain a fucking ass!
Could we not, huh? With a tantrum?
I love, dude. I want more of Silvio. I love how fucking angry he gets. Oh, man. Boo. 3 fucking losers hanging out. Oh, man. Is Ralphie like a main this season?
What a fucking blow.
Not you, too.
I'm serious.
You, breaking the terms of your house arrest?
I got a dispensation from the marshals. She's my sister-in-law, for Christ's sake. My dad's very ill, too.
Thanks. Thanks for...
Guys, I've never... I probably should have paused and took like a 30-minute break.
Oh, hey, Reverend.
Oh, don't touch him, man.
We talked about this day, did we not?
You know, State Assemblyman Zellman, right? From the 8th Ward?
Do I know this guy? You bet.
Yes, we go way back. How are you, Assemblyman?
Reverend?
Yeah, I want to fucking deep dive into his fucking sexism, his racism. I bet he's homophobic.
Who flies?
It's all that charcoal broiled meat you people ate.
Nobody told us till the 80s.
I'm kidding you, you old fuck. What's the matter with you? Bacala said you wanted to see me.
I gotta talk to that wife of yours first.
Uncle June, come on.
This is a funeral. Enough of her soigne attitude.
Let's go.
What do you want?
I'm hoping that we can use this sad occasion to put bitterness and sore-headed feelings aside.
I'll behave how Tony wants. I don't want to add to his stress.
There they are.
Hi, Uncle June.
Hey, Uncle June.
How's that surfboard I gave you?
Ow.
So what does he want?
He wants to bump up to captain. The kid's been a top fucking earner ever since that rat bastard went in the program. You can't deny it. Ralphie's whipped Richie's crew into shape over there.
And 3 months ago, by you, the rat bastard was the second fucking coming. Why do you do this to me?
Because I'm the boss of this family. You forget.
I forget nothing. Don't make me say things to you we'll both regret.
Go ahead. I'm fucking fed up.
Hey, I'm on the street. That's the arrangement. Stay home, clip your coupons, be a happy man.
Things are good, I grant you that.
Aye.
But this economy is so robust, you get credit for shit you had nothing to do with. Fucking chinks and housewives are betting football.
You better be finished.
Man, I love how like the evolution of shows, like towards the beginning of something you have like notions or predictions specifically about character deaths. I feel like Junior is a character I would have assumed would have died pretty early on, but because of these sort of surrounding circumstances and how other character storylines have gone, I expect him to be in the show for a very long time.
Fired. Tony doesn't want any fire.
I don't know, man. I obviously I feel like just through this one episode so far, they're kind of building up Ralphie to be that main antagonist, and I feel like it's out of competency, if that makes sense. Obviously, out of the main antagonist of last season, Richie, I feel like it was more of a personal vendetta, if that makes sense. A problem with how Tony is running things, whereas so far, and again, I've only had a couple scenes with him. I feel like Ralphie's more of a I'm better at the job than you, so he will try to take territory or businesses or anything like that.
Tony says I can continue situation till Bill and me find house.
See, Tony should have consulted me first.
No, stop!
Dick, while we deal with the estate. Speaking of which, my mom had this kind of extensive record collection. Caruso, Robert Merrill, shitload of Broadway shows. Many of them were in mint condition. Do you know where they are?
She gave to me those records.
What?
She know I like American cartoons, so she gave to me. I didn't ask her.
But those are my mother's records.
Bro, Janice, I love you. I love you so much, but stop.
I feel I have to respect her wishes.
Oh, come on. This is just about you bogarting those discs for your ass. Now, they're worth a fortune to the right collector.
I will not answer such here.
I want the entire discography.
Not fucking here, dude.
By this weekend.
No.
How's your mother?
Oh, bro, we're getting flashbacks.
Mom passed away.
Really?
One of my favorite scenes of the show. Was his stash always
About
that
6 months ago.
Please,
thin?
give her my regards. Is she still on that crazy diet?
Fuck you, don't show me this. Fuck you, do not show me this.
To what my son did to you. Oh, how can I look you in the
Fuck you, man. Stop. I can't even look I can't look at the screen right now.
for setting the fire?
Artie, what are you doing? Come on, we have people arriving.
Damn, maybe his mustache was that thin back in season 1.
Look at her. She's already becoming a robot, like the rest of us.
I'm so sorry about your grandma.
At least she didn't
That's what you fucking do at funerals, Tony. Man, this family has great fucking faces. Let me tell you what. Obviously, it came from the goat Livia, but Carmela and Meadow have been fantastic with them.
This is a survivor show. Somebody should find the winner, stick a pistol in the face.
Oh, that's fucking That is one of the best shots of this fucking show. That was fantastically done.
Please, may I have your attention? At this time, we would like to ask you all to join us in the great room. Form a circle and sit anywhere, the floor, whatever, get comfortable, so that we can all be together and share a remembrance or a feeling about the woman who has...
Save it. You don't have... You're not forced.
Everyone join us. Paulie Gautieri, join us, please.
That's one of the funniest fucking shots of this show right there. Come on! Stop being so cringy, man.
She didn't mince words. Between brain and mouth, there was no interlocutor.
I understand this from Janice's perspective. I understand all of the reactions towards Livia because she was such a controversial parental figure, and everyone has different reactions towards it.
Lay off him, Janice. Move on.
She was my best friend. If anybody died or was in the hospital, I could be sure I'd get a call from Lee letting me know.
She believed that wildflowers blossom best among the rocks, with little water. She was tough, but she was right.
You good, Artie?
Tony?
Come on, Tony, what you got?
Tell them how Ma saved all your childhood schoolwork and varsity leathers and none of mine or Barbara's.
Oh, come on.
You just did. Wrap it up, Janice.
I love how fucking real. I talked about it like beginning of season 1. It was something I brought up a lot. How realistic these fucking family gatherings were.
But do they know that for sure? Because they would have to get everybody together in one huge space. And obviously that's not possible, even with computers. And not only that, they'd have to get all the people who ever lived, not just the ones now. So they got no proof. They got nothing.
What the fuck was the point of that? What was that?
Hey.
I wanted Artie to have a much bigger focus this season. I want that moment to be.
What?
I guess our little secret dies with her.
Come on, bro.
Hey, pick that up.
What am I doing out here? Everybody's in there telling stories of her. I got a butte.
Artie.
He won't. No shot. No shot he will.
Will be.
Chris, for once in your life, shut the fuck up.
What I'm saying is,
come on. Stick the landing and maybe I'll...
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Do it. Do it, Artie. Artie, do it.
This is such a crock of shit.
Nice shot, Carmela.
I'm sitting here thinking I should protect my children from the truth about their grandmother on the one hand. On the other, I'm saying to myself, what kind of example am I setting? Dating and smiling, passing out cheese puffs over a woman that we all know was terribly dysfunctional, who spread no cheer at all.
Carmela, be quiet.
This is my house.
I'm leaving.
Let her talk, goddammit.
Get down,
Now
you!
I'll speak if I want. Goddammit, who are you?
Minister of propaganda. For years under the yoke of that woman. Years.
You
She
can
estranged us from our own daughter. Ruined I don't know how many goddamn Christmases. I don't want to even begin to count.
This is one of those things where obviously they're all speaking the truth, but like not here. This is not the spot.
Here, here.
From beyond the grave, even. This is a woman who didn't want a funeral. You all, her children, you ignored her wishes.
Yeah, because she knew that she's a fucking terrible person, and this is how everyone would react.
She didn't want a funeral. She didn't want a remembrance of any kind. Why? She didn't think anybody would come. She wouldn't write down her memories for her grandchildren because she figured nobody loved her enough to read them.
Karma's spitting right here.
She knew there was a problem.
Apparently, the drunker she gets, the smarter. Smarter the words. Wise words.
There's,
Come on, Artie.
desserts
Pussy.
in the dining room, if anybody wants some.
I thought Pussy died. Why is he still here? So obviously I have to watch this movie. And I would assume that there is some deeper level of symbolism or message that I would understand if I did watch it. I'm so fucking happy. I mean, sad. That's the exact opposites to get confused, but I'm very sad right now. Come on, man. Open up at therapy. Even though I know you fucking won't, because you're incapable of doing it. Oh, that might be one of my favorite endings to an episode. That was fucking great. Oh, I don't know. I'm in such a fucking bad mood now. Obviously, you guys, I'm sure, will inform me of the exact situations here. I mean, I will assume with 100% certainty that the actress did die to, I think someone said cancer in the comments, and that's why she wasn't in much of season 2. It really does suck. Because, and obviously I'm just gonna take a look at this through a sort of, you know, a person who enjoys media and enjoys fiction, enjoys film, not from a human standpoint. By that I mean, like, obviously it really fucking sucks that a human died, the actress, but just looking at it through the eyes of like the absence of her character, she will be sorely missed, but I want to give the show its props. And I did it many times last season. I think that this show will make such an incredible pivot, and did make an incredible pivot last season, but an even more substantial one now that she is completely gone. I feel like they had a lot more plans with her character. A lot more plans. But I think that, and that's one of the benefits of the story that they are trying to tell with this show, a study of Tony's character. I feel like at some point, no matter what, even if the actress did live, the character of Olivia would have to die, because at a certain point it would be the only way to progress Tony's feelings and emotions and conversations in therapy, and honestly, quite honestly, his relationship with his mother. So I feel like they're just gonna have to like speed that process up a little bit. But I feel like they're going to do an incredible job, just like they did last season, with, okay, hey, this amazing character, this amazing actress is not going to be here as much, so we have to sort of fill up her time by either introducing other fantastic characters or giving more time to already established ones. So I have no like fear that the season's gonna be bad or the rest of the show's gonna be bad. Because again, I was talking about it earlier in the episode. character like Junior, I would have expected him to die after like the first couple episodes ago. If you like told me to write stuff down, when are these characters going to die, I would have probably said that Livia would either have been like a end of season 1 thing or like a season 3 thing, which I guess technically is what happened. But when I would have predicted a season 3, I would have said more like a late season 3, and she would have been in most of the episodes, not missing for half the episodes. And Junior, I would have probably predicted like season 2. So it's different now because of all the pivots they've had to done. So I feel like I can safely say that Junior is going to be safe for a little while. But I'm just in such a bad mood, man. I wanted to because I tried to reference it a couple times. I didn't want to talk over everything in the episode, so I kind of stopped short. But that death right there, I loved how anticlimactic it was. I love anticlimactic deaths in fiction, specifically TV. And I don't want to say that that's one of my favorite deaths of all time, because quite frankly it wasn't. And I feel like that's just due to the fact that the last scene was the CGI. And I wish there was a little bit more with her. Not that it's incomplete. Like I said, I feel like the storyline of Tony in therapy and his relationship with his mother can be so easily explored with conversations or memories and stuff like that, and thoughts. You don't need Livia to be there physically. But typically in some of my favorite deaths of all time, these shocking, either out of nowhere or anticlimactic deaths, it's again it's out of pure writing, not necessity. I want to use a show as an exact sort of comparison to it, and it's again I'm going to sound like censor it somehow. So if you don't want, I'm gonna put like a chapter thing here, and I'm not gonna say the title of the show because I don't want to spoil anything. But I am going to be spoiling another HBO show right now. So if you do not want to risk any spoilers of any show, just skip to the chapter point. But I am going to be talking about a show. I'm going to say it in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to be talking about Succession real quick, which has a very similar death to an absolutely integral character in the show. And I'm still gonna keep it vague. I'm not just gonna like talk straight about the show, but there's a character in Succession whose death is built up and built up and built up, and then all of a sudden it's a death like that where you have a scene with them, and then like fucking 30 minutes later they died. You know what I mean? And it's so fucking good. It's such a gut punch, and I got that gut punch right there. Like immediate, my heart dropped, my shock. You know what I mean? And it's like that. Those kind of fucking deaths hit so goddamn hard. And this one again is no exception. I'm just again these last 2 episodes have had me at a fucking loss for words, but that idea right there, I can't put it on the same sort of level, because that death that I'm speaking about in Succession is one of my all-time favorite deaths. It's one of my all-time favorite moments, and it is in one of my top 10 favorite episodes of TV of all time. This isn't on that level, so to speak, but again, I really feel like that's just because it was out of necessity for the actress passing, I would assume. So that's the end of the spoilers for a specific show. So we're good now. We're back in the conversation. But you know, that right there, it really fucking sucks. It really sucks so much, especially because I loved her as a character so much. The actress fucking played her fantastically. I said in the middle of the episode, I have to go back and watch some of the shit that she was involved with in her career, because if she was an actress for a long time, I need to watch the entire filmography. Okay, she's one of those rare characters that, for me, was elite from her very first moment. From the first season, she was already one of my favorite characters of all time. Still to this day, obviously, I've got to take her off my rankings now, but I've got to take her off my rankings every episode because she's not really a live character anymore. She's not really in the show. But really, like, the impact that her character had on, and I'll get to her impact on the characters in a minute. But just me, from an entertainment standpoint, I fucking loved her. I fucking loved her. I thought that she played her role so fantastic. I thought that, and obviously The Sopranos, it's such a trailblazing show. I mean, to essentially, and that's the main thing. I feel like from season 1, it was sort of built up Livia as the main antagonist of the entire show, whereas because of her absence, the pivots sort of made her a secondary antagonist. But, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm in a state of shock still. I don't know. I'm. Oh my god, man. I feel this 2 discussions in a row where I've been fucking speechless. One of them just due to the fact that it was such a interesting, intriguing, weirdly paced, I don't know, weird episode. I couldn't really formulate my thoughts on it, and now it feels like I've been shot right in the heart, from a viewing standpoint. But anyways, talking about some characters here, I think that death is such a important thing in media and in fiction, and for me, the what's it called, like, the answer, the definition, the plot points around it, what makes a death good, what makes a death great and entertaining and fucking, like, fantastic for the story, is the impact that it has, not just on the story but the characters. I'm thinking back, and I'm not gonna, like, fucking list my favorite deaths of stuff, but my favorite deaths in TV, they have an immediate impact that sort of, it's like a shockwave throughout the rest of the show. I think there's a very, very famous one. I'm not going to say any specifics. I'm just going to say the name of the show. There's a very specific death in Game of Thrones that I think is one of the absolute best at this. It is a death that the ripple effects of it affect every character in the show, every storyline for multiple seasons long. And I don't know, I feel like Livia will always have an impact, always have a legacy in this show. But specifically, I think that this season will do such a fucking amazing job at exploring grief and loss and how it affects so many different people. I feel like AJ, I'll start off with AJ, someone who was already going down a bad path, a negative path, due to his, frankly, his poor parenting. Not that they don't care about him, but I don't even know how to explain it. They're not, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You can obviously tell from Tony's point looking at him that he is borderline abusive. He doesn't care about him or what he's going through. He sort of has that generic manly, well, man up shit half the time, and then he fucking turns around and he, obviously, I'm not gonna say whines and cries about the way he was brought up, because Tony was also abused, but he'll talk about and realize how fucked up he was from his parenting, and then turn around and do the same shit to AJ and Meadow. So again, going back to AJ, like, he's obviously going down a bad path, but I feel like this is going to affect him. I mean, you saw last season. I feel like out of the 4 main family members, I feel like at this point in their lives, AJ had the closest relationship with Livia. I feel like even Meadow didn't even care about Livia that much. Just going by the money scene that I sort of I don't want to say ripped into her, but sort of went, that's kind of fucked up that you did that, Meadow. But I feel like AJ will take this very hard. I feel like AJ will go down an even darker path. Obviously, he was talking about doing some shit with some skipping Spanish class. I mean, I don't know if we're getting to the point of hardcore drug use or drinking or anything like that, because obviously he's already drank. But I feel like that could be AJ's character arc throughout the entire show. Him going through like really like, you know, being raised incorrectly and it really affecting him on a like addiction level. I could definitely see that, and I don't want to make not assumptions, but I'm just throwing out sort of predictions just from what I could see happening. I don't want to be called an idiot for stuff like this, but I could definitely see a world in which this moment is one of the catalysts for AJ to sort of decay even more. And I don't even want to say decay because he's a child. And he's being put through such a rough childhood. I mean, because just think about that. Like, your father is a known mafia quantity. And there's always that fear of like your family going to jail. You know what I mean? There's always that thought of, you know, my father is a bad man, he does bad things. And then turns around and fucking picks you apart, he manipulates you, he, you know, it's everything. He fucking calls you fat and then brings you food as a reward. It's shit like that I could definitely see Livia's absence. Not like she was like a good role model or anything like that, but she was. I felt like out of all the characters, AJ was the one that Livia didn't manipulate. Probably due to the fact that he was really young. And not that she never did, because there was, I'm thinking of scenes of her in the hospital where she was trying to, or she said a couple things, but I mean, just overall, I think that Livia treated him okay compared to how she treated literally every fucking other soul in this show. Meadow, Meadow is one of those things, I just want her to get out. Like, fuck the family, fuck you guys. I want her to dip because they have fucking mistreated her and picked her apart. And not saying that she's perfect, you know what I mean? I'm not saying any of that shit, but I am saying that she has been treated unfairly almost every step of the way. And even then, like, I didn't even have time to really process it just because of Olivia's shit, but like that shit with Tony in the fucking beginning, that shit is just fucking disgusting. And like, I don't know, I don't it's stuff like that, like it's such a like a realistic human moment, or like I don't want to say stereotype, but it's hard to fucking talk about shit like that, because as someone who is not racist, you know what I mean, who is not sexist, who is not homophobic, and obviously he didn't showcase anything homophobic, but I can almost guarantee you that he is. I can, you know, he's obviously shown stuff of sexism in the past, and obviously right there, blatant racism. It's hard to fathom, okay, because shit like that is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. And like, it's funny, especially coming from a, and I'm not sure I'm the best person to speak about this. I'm not sure that I am completely educated on all this stuff, but you know, Tony always talks about being, you know, an Italian American, and you know, people looking down on him and stuff like that. To immediately turn around and look down on other people is insane to me. It's absolutely insane. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, looking at me, I am the pastiest fucking white you can imagine. And I have no ill will towards anyone that is different than me in any way. But, and obviously because of the like a privileged standpoint from, you know, living in America, I've not really had to deal with any, you know, of that against me. But if I was in a situation where I was, okay, where I was looked down upon, where I was mistreated, where I was any of that shit, You know what I mean? For any of my thoughts or feelings or sexual orientations or gender or anything like that, if I was ever looked down upon for stuff like that, I would never turn around and do it to someone else or to another group or to anything like that. That would be unfathomable for me. It's unfathomable for me sitting in a place of privilege. So to just see that shit, it really drills into the fact that he's a fucking terrible person. Um, and again, I feel like I've never thought that he's been a good person. I feel like I've been very upfront with that, where I can sit back and I can enjoy his character, I can enjoy his journey, but hard fact, end of discussion, he is a horrible person. He mistreats his wife, he mistreats his children, he mistreats his coworkers, he mistreats other groups of people, of minorities, okay? In no way is this a good man. But because he is written so human, and he can deal, like that last scene right there, I feel like that last scene, that final fade out scene was one of my favorite fade out scenes of the entire show. I thought that that was fucking phenomenal. And it really hit me like emotionally, you know what I mean? Because that fucking expression, that acting by Gandolfini was incredible. But like I made a joke earlier, like in the episode after he said that racist shit, where don't do that, Tony. I'm gonna feel even worse when I start to like you next episode. And obviously, there's a part of me that's joking, but also he's such a human character that I want to root for him. You know what I mean? Like, I am one of those people, and I'm not saying like I'm some pushover who will give someone 832 chances, but I always want to give someone another chance, especially if they start doing things that are good. And Tony will go on a streak of doing one or two good things, or you know what I mean, and then just fucking ruin it, just like that. And again, I don't even know if I'm the right person to speak about this. I don't know if I'm making any sense or anybody can understand what I'm trying to say regarding my feelings for Tony. But again, it's moments like that that I fucking love about this show. A show like, I'll compare it to The Wire real quick. Obviously, I didn't live in Baltimore. I have never been involved in the drug trade or politics, or I've not been involved with any of that. And The Wire has such hard-hitting themes and moments and scenes that at points it's purposefully uncomfortable. It's purposefully like putting you out of your element. Okay, you're learning about a sort of a situation or an institution or anything like that, or a relationship where I don't know anything about it. I'm seeing it right here for the first time. Even if, like I said, even if it's fiction, but the writing on these shows is so realistic that it feels like reality. And I'm having these negative emotions. I'm having these negative reactions. But I want to keep watching because the messages and the themes are so fucking fantastic. They're so perfect. Oh man. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if any of that made sense. I don't know if I look like an idiot for speaking about any of that, but I try to talk a little bit about it. And I'm sure that over the course of this season, specifically, I'm hoping we get a lot of focus on Meadow and Tony's relationship. That will be more talked about. And I hope that that is something that Tony can talk about with Melfi, because that's another thing. I said, as a human being, I always sort of want people to get a second chance. With something like racism, or again, sexism, homophobia, anything like that, it's so easy to see someone showcase those opinions and then immediately be like, well, fuck you. You know what I mean? Just plain out, fuck you. I could go into much more despicable feelings that I'm sure that a lot of people, some of you guys that are watching, share that same sort of feeling. I fucking hate racism so much. Okay, it's infuriating when you see it. And honestly, there'll be some points in my life where I'll see it and I'll be like, just fucking die. To be quite frank, to be very blunt. Okay, because that's the simple reaction. That's the simple sort of, you have a vile opinion, You don't deserve to live. I'm trying to talk about shit. I've never spoken about this out loud before, so I don't have some sort of planned speech about it. But all that being said, I've heard many stories of racist people changing, genuinely changing, learning the error of their ways, realizing that they are in fact wrong. They are flat out wrong. There's nothing right. There's no right opinions or right ideas or, well, actually, he's got a point. There's none of that. Okay. And I feel like Tony is a character who can learn. He will be very fucking stubborn about it, but if this gets brought up in therapy with Melfi multiple times, I feel like it is a change of opinion that can happen. Or at least I would fucking hope. At least I would fucking hope. I don't know. I think that's gonna be it for this discussion. To summarize, it's so fucking. This might be the weirdest 2 episodes of any show I've ever watched, especially so far on my reaction channel right here. Because my feelings have been so fucking utterly, I don't know, bamboozled, mixed up. I don't know how to describe it. This show is so fucking good at making me feel. End of story. Like, there's no not feel blank, not feel certain things, just feel. Negative, positive, hateful, loving, whatever. It does a good job at making me feel everything. And because of how visceral and human and realistic this show is, there comes those like really in-depth, really impactful topics that it focuses on. Obviously, we're talking about racism and stuff like that, serious shit like that, but also from Tony's perspective, his whole family's perspective, I hope we get a lot more focus on Janice as well. Grief, I feel like, and as I said in the beginning of the discussion, I feel like that's going to be such an integral part of the season. I hope that is explored so much, because that's another thing right there I could talk about for another fucking 20 minutes. Such a complex emotion. I feel like everyone's had loss in their life before. So I'm not gonna fucking go into like a 30-minute detailed explanation of it, but everyone takes it a different way. Whether it be, some people take it in a positive light, some people take it really poorly. Some people pretend like they're okay and they're inside suffering, and I feel like that's something that Tony will 100% portray. Not out of like, he's gonna do it out of a I'm a man sort of way. Fuck her, she ruined my life, she raised me incorrectly, she's whatever, she's nothing now, so I don't have to worry about it. And it's gonna slowly eat him alive until, again, I would assume that his feelings towards Livia is going to be a full season long, at bare minimum. Just on the grief side, seeing how he sort of adapts and moves on and evolves from this scenario. But I don't know. That's going to be the end of the episode. I don't want to yap for even longer. I hope that if anyone stayed for the discussions, that I made any sort of semblance of a point or had any good topics on it. Again, I said it in the beginning of the episode, the middle of the episode, I'm in such a poor mood right now because of the Livia shit that maybe I wasn't at the tip top of my game, mentally wise. But man, fucking rip Livia. What a fucking real one. What a real one. One of my all-time favorite characters, honestly. I will 100% probably at the end of the show. And just real quick, I'm just looking at the future of this channel and my content creation. First of all, mid-January, I will have all of the fucking free time on my hands to focus on this shit. So I will be doing, TV shows and movies, and I would love to do something like video games or books at some point too. But I would also probably focus more on short form content for this specific aspect. I would love to do like ranking videos or just like giving my opinions about specific topics when it comes to TV. All that being said, at some point I will definitely put out a video showing my top like 50 characters in TV. I would fucking love to do that, and probably be like a 2-hour discussion about it. But to summarize, Livia is probably just in one season, just from the first season. Okay, obviously she's had more episodes, but just from the first season, she's one of my all-time top 50 characters of all time, I would bet. So I'm interested to see her exact placement. I will 100% update you guys with that in the future. If you guys ever do want to check out those videos that I hopefully make, I would appreciate it. But that's gonna be it for this episode, this long yap session. I'm gonna have to talk to you guys in the comments because I'm so fucking upset. Oh man, I'm so fucking upset, man. I gotta stop because I will rant for hours and hours. But that's gonna be the end of the episode. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I've got the full length reaction up on Patreon. I will see you guys either next week or later in the week or whenever the fuck. God damn it, Dace! They fucking got Livia, man. Come on. That shit is so upsetting. I'll see you guys.